Hello everybody! Welcome back to another stream here on the channel. My name is YouCantJustice, and welcome guys! Guys, it's Berry World SMP time! Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I've done a Berry World SMP stream, and I already see some people in the chat. Hello Tori, hi Andrea, hi Parker. Oh my goodness, Andrea, it's your first time chatting in my chat. Welcome! Everybody, give some love to Andrea. Andrea's an amazing person. Amazing person. I see some bread emotes in the chat. Thank you peeps so much for all of the support and whatnot. Wow! No, you. Oh my goodness, my heart. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I gotta be careful. I almost fell out of my chair. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream here on the channel. Like I said, my name is YouCantJustice. And welcome back to Berry World SMP. It's been quite some time since I've done a Berry World SMP stream, and today is a choice one, y'all. We have a pretty cool stream coming up for you peeps just in a minute. I'm good. Don't worry, I'm good and whatnot. When it comes to Berry World SMP, we're gonna be doing a lot more streams. We're gonna be doing a lot more streams soon as well, because the SMP has had a huge resurgence lately. So yeah, definitely go check out everybody who's involved with the project. They've been really killing it these past few weeks, and honestly, it's amazing to see that the SMP is much more lively now and whatnot. This is exactly like, you know, what I wanted to see from this SMP. A lot of amazing people are making a lot of amazing content, so definitely go check out every single person who's a part of this. You can use the command that is in the title, the BWSMP Twitter account. You can go over to there. The card link is there, and you can click on that link and find the player list and whatnot, and it's amazing. We also have a fan Discord, so you can join that if you want, so yeah. But honestly, I'm so happy to be back with another, like, you know, Berry World SMP stream. We're gonna have a lot more of these and whatnot, so honestly, thank you all so much for tuning in today. Definitely go check out the other perspectives that are currently live at the moment. Actually, that reminds me, I need to check to see if other people have been retweeting or tweeting out their streams. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay. I'll just go ahead and check this. All right, cool. There we go. Alright, cool. Alrighty then, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and whatnot. Like I said, we've got a pretty good stream for you guys today and whatnot, even though it might be a little short one and whatnot, but don't worry, there's more Berry World SMP streams to come and all that stuff, and I'm just glad you guys are here to, you know, witness it and all that stuff. So again, thank you from the bottom and the top of my heart for all the support. Look, without further ado, guys, let's get right into the lore. Oh, perfect timing. The song just ended too.
But she used to steal like the weirdest things, like eggs and potatoes. She jumped up.
We're just talking about cats.
Oh, I see. All right, I was a little skeptical in the conversation when I kind of zoned back in.
No, don't worry. We weren't planning somebody else's murder. We were just talking about kittens.
Kittens and potatoes.
That's... I mean, I guess that's quite the conversation.
I mean, technically speaking, we did just get robbed in the agricultural field, so there's that.
It's not just the agricultural field.
I know. Fucking imbeciles.
I did see a few of our allies heading up to the capital, so we should probably head in.
And then increased security. Nice job, Justin.
Yeah, as soon as I got word that we had been robbed, I sent quite a platoon of my own men here.
This is just honestly perfect. Can't believe we got robbed by fucking Argus insurgency. How many were they? Nobody even knows. Nobody even knows if like the entire fleet came in here or it's just a few fucking people. And I swear to God, if it was a few, some people are probably going to get punished here.
Well, either way, it doesn't matter. We got robbed, we're gonna fix the situation, and I already know a few steps as to how, alright?
It'll all work
What
out
are
in
we
the end.
Huh? What?
It'll all work out in the end.
Yeah, that's the thing. We have the numbers, we have the resources, and they don't have anything. It's a
no.
desperate cry for help, alright?
Of course. And it'll just put a dent in our supplies, but still, a dent is still a dent.
Alright, then we should definitely meet up with everyone. Or even though we're here, they're kind of looking at us.
Yes, of course. Where should we bring everyone though?
The wartime console room. This is definitely an active war.
Alright.
Right. Now we're here now.
Alrighty then. Gosh, I'm not really good with words right now.
Oh, nice to see all of you again. And who's the mummy-looking lad?
We were questioning that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I assume they have a purpose to be here, or fellows would be attacking them, but...
I don't know, but
You state your business here. State your business here.
Or at least your name.
Hello. My name is Min. I come here as a representative from Credvalis.
That's a
Credvalis.
representative on behalf of Zolan's half. That's who runs
Oh.
Credvalis.
Oh,
Never
Zola.
heard of you before. I never got a letter saying that he'd be sending a representative, but whatever.
I've never heard a normal voice like that before.
Yeah, it's
Well, a voice
no,
that
that's
supposedly
concerning.
belongs to someone that's normal.
It's giving me weird vibes right now.
It's a bit odd that you're completely covered head to toe, my guy.
Apologies. But, it's stuff that happened in the old world. Best not to talk about it.
Well, if it's personal, we won't pry into it.
Anyways, we shouldn't waste any time. Justice, can you lead us to the wartime council room?
Alrighty then.
I honestly forgot where it was.
But I'm keeping wary about this. We haven't had a meeting like this for quite some time, and there's a good reason for that. Because, well, the Argus insurgency hasn't really done anything, and I would have liked for it to stay that way, but it seems like they've made their moves once again, so here we are.
Oh.
Follow
Wait,
me.
what?
I'll get into it once we get into the wartime console room.
Yes, it wouldn't be wise to be talking out in the open.
Looks like Catamos and Bentley are here as well. We'll talk to them in a bit. But everybody should get situated and seated. Cat, you can stand over here next to me if you want. Or hover. Whatever you ghosts do.
Take a seat anywhere you please. Just take a seat.
Looks like a few people didn't get our letters, and I don't blame them, because that's another topic we're gonna get into, because not only did we get robbed, but our comm towers are down. I'll get into
Wait,
that in a
what?
minute.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Like I said, I'll get into it all and whatnot, but does anybody need to say anything before we get into all of this business? Nobody, huh? Things really were quiet before all of this started happening. Should have
Well,
stayed that
if
way.
no one's gonna start, I'll fucking start. Okay. So, as you may probably know, we got recently invaded by the Argus insurgency. In fact, we're not even sure it's Argus, but judging from the circumstance, it's probably Argus. Don't know how they managed to get past our security, but as you can see, we've increased the numbers this time. So there's no way in hell anybody can just get in here now. So it's definitely going to be much more difficult. Justin, can you say the other details? Apologies if I cut you off, but yeah, that's
No.
basically the gist of what happened.
No, it's quite alright. I went ahead and wrote down everything I could know about this. Alright. Obviously, the first thing that's on the agenda is obviously the heist that took place in this area. As for how it happened, how they got in, and how they got past our security is up for debate. However, there are a few ideas that I've heard from some of our other allies. Wyvern, one of our scientists and head scientist of the research center, thinks it might have been invisibility potions, considering the fact that, well, those are a thing, and, well, we haven't really thought of that, have we?
No, we have not, which is honestly such an imbecile move of me, especially from me. Should have considered the possibility of an invis potion getting in here. But we should probably do something about it. We should probably get
I'll
these
touch up
golems some
upon that in a bit.
sensors.
I'll touch up on that in a bit, but I need to go into detail what was missing, because this could not be the Argus insurgency. This could be the Argus insurgency. I, for one, like to side with the idea that it is, because no other person would have any motivations to rob us like this, and specifically go after the tax boxes and the comm towers. Doesn't make a lot of sense for a lot of people out there to have these kinds of motivations. So I definitively think it's the Argus insurgency. What they decided to steal was the Pandora's Law taxes. Specifically, several industries are missing their supplies now. Specifically, agriculture, luxury, construction, and a lot of other things that we could benefit off of, or the world could benefit off of. However, those supplies were reported to have been missing the next morning. Nobody, and I mean nobody, nobody, and I mean nobody that entered the room even had supplies like that, because all the supplies stay in the room until shipments go out.
Did anybody was it stated of who exactly came here? Did anybody take note of somebody coming in and coming out that day, because they will be questioned?
The only person of note that came in here the day prior to all of this happening was Chris, but Chris has an alibi. A pretty strong one at best, too.
Which is what?
Nobody saw him go into the elevator at all. He was just here to pick up some paperwork.
Alright, then, so it's most likely not him.
I would like to think it's not.
Yeah.
If there's multiple alibis of guards attesting to the fact that they didn't see him go into the executive elevator or like come out of it, then it's a pretty strong case. There's guards posted at each elevator. They wouldn't lie about these things.
Yes, that's true. God, okay. Now, not gonna lie, this does cause a bit of a problem, considering that we stored those specifically to be distributed. I hope though that the distribution ones, the ones that were already packed, didn't get touched though.
As far as I'm concerned, none of those were touched. It was only the ones that had yet to be packed.
Alright, so that's a problem. Now, this is just but a dent in our supplies. It's not really a big issue that'll cause world hunger. It's not really that big. But more of a nuisance-wise. It's not a problem. We'll just ask the other colonies again. We'll ask the colonies again, and if they question why are we having Pandora's Law again when we just did that. When we just did that, we'll just have to inform them of the circumstance as the leader of their colonies. I'm sure they'll understand. And if they can't, I would understand as well that they weren't able to get enough supplies because some industries take time.
That's why some
So
of them are
we can
monthly,
give them
not
leeway.
bi-weekly.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, that brings up a more important factor. The fact that they were able to easily get through our defenses means that we need to start thinking outside of the box. We need better security measures. It doesn't just need to be men and women and people with swords. We need to outsmart them. We need to think. We need to think of all aspects. If only Zolan was here, I would personally request him on this because I have a few ideas. Considering the fact that Krutvalis is now, well, a technological hub, I was going to ask him a favor. Possibly he can make us more advanced technology. Fingerprint scanners, security cameras. I've seen them be made. We need to fortify this place not just physically, but digitally. Something that can forewarn us. Hell, if one Argus insurgency member decides to come in here and tries to even put in a code and doesn't know it, I want this place on full lockdown immediately. And that's when physical force takes necessary action. Or maybe it won't. Maybe they'll actually be cooperative for once. Mim, your name was. Do you think you can bypass a request like that to Zolan?
I most certainly can.
Alrighty then, well, that takes care of that issue. And even if Zolan can't do it, we've got other people that are probably capable of doing it, but I would rather trust his intuition. The technology he's been building over there is quite advanced, and well, we have access to that. And well, the Argus Insurgency may or may not have access to that too, but knowing them, they probably don't know how to use it. It's useless.
They probably stole it to delay our efforts. I would understand that that's actually a pretty smart move. If they manage to handicap us even once, it'll be really a big issue. It'll take us some time to actually build up our forces, considering that supplies are good for soldiers to be up in shape. And without those supplies, we'll be at a handicap during battle.
Well, Pandora's Law taxes are about to become a thing again within the next few days, so we should have a restock soon. However, what we need to do is we need to make sure that those transports get here safely. We don't know what these guys are capable of. Alrighty then. On to the next road of business.
We should probably get a bunch of golems to guard those transports just in case. The golems are strong enough to do this.
Might I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. I was actually going to ask if anybody had any questions or concerns.
I can likely attempt to start training up a squadron of royal guards with invisibility potions in mind. I'm certain if we can recreate the circumstance and situations, we can learn how to adapt. That way, if all else fails, our guards will be ready.
I like that
We
idea.
do have somebody who has knowledge on potions. Well, two actually. I know that the Dr. Luna, actually over there has some form of potion knowledge. I don't know to what extent, and also Wyvern. So we can probably ask both of those.
We have a plethora of researchers as well. We should definitely utilize
Yes, exactly.
them.
My goal is if we can get a squadron that, even without being able to make them turn back visible, can handle them while they're invisible. I think that would be best.
That's very much true. Concerns like that are what's going to get us through these things. But I think we can all agree that this place needs to be fortified. It cannot be broken into again.
Certainly.
Yes.
It's dangerous what they're doing. By stealing our supplies, they're not just cutting off supply lines for us, our soldiers, but also innocent lives. I don't even think they realize what they're doing. But that's the concerning part.
Do they ever?
That's the concerning part, sis.
Of course, yes.
When you have an enemy that's unpredictable, things can turn out ugly. They don't even know what they're doing, or at least I don't think they do. And if you have an enemy that doesn't know what they're doing, then yeah, like I said, it can be unpredictable. They could kill an entire nation without even realizing it.
Oh yes, of course. Those that are unpredictable though as well will get reckless at one point. We'll be able to capture one of them and interrogate them. Ah, damn it. And we haven't found their location yet. Because we've checked already every corner of the place from that last time and we haven't found a single trace.
It was probably a
the-
diversion. If anything, if they're
It's a
smart
red
enough,
herring.
if they're smart enough, they're probably moving their base constantly, or maybe they even have multiple. So, I guess the only thing I can advise is make sure to check that cave you pass by every single day, because who knows, it might lead to something underground. But don't do it alone. Anyways, next on the agenda, comms have been sabotaged and require manual fixing. This has a little bit of a correlation to whatever they were doing. This is why I also think the Argus insurgency is at fault and blame for this one, because our comms are messed up. We don't know what happened to them and how they got this way, but because of the fact that we got robbed, all of our repair kits are missing, so manual expertise are going to need to be brought in to fix that. And, well, if it's manual expertise, it'll take some time. There's only one person I can think of who can come in and fix this on short notice, but I don't know if they want anything to do with us. And I would much rather not bring them into a war matter.
We can think of another way to do it, but it'll take a while. It'll take actually a lot longer than the usual comm towers. We could just have messengers.
That's what we're gonna have to do.
Messengers.
Messengers, letters. That's what we're gonna have to stick to. Our digital piece and our digital lifeline is currently offline. It will get fixed eventually, and we'll let you all know when it does. But until then, I think we have more pressing matters to go on with. Oh boy. I didn't think I would have to bring this one up, but I think it's important to mention. Our 8th colony and industry, as many of you know it being France, well, it's disbanded, to say the least. I'm sure I don't need to explain much, but I'm gonna go ahead and do so. Recently, we figured out, through the help of Swanson and Nathan Toombs, a detective that was living in Haven once, that our old pal, President Nova, was in possession of the missing kids, specifically the Queen's kids. And well, there was a warrant out for their arrest. By the time we got to France, they were nowhere to be seen. So we declared them a fugitive, and well, we disestablished their nation. I would go into detail how we did it, but I don't think that's for me to say. But
You don't need to say it.
Suffice to say, France is no longer, well, what it was, I'd say. It's easy as crumbled ash, as much as I hate to say it. However, that doesn't mean that France itself isn't going to end completely. Once we have the time, once we have the effort, we're going to go back and we're going to claim that lane, and we're going to, well, reforge it. The industry it had before was gemstone mining, and well, according to President Nova, on numerous occasions of failing to pay the Pandora's Law tax, there was no gems. It was almost like finding a needle in a haystack, and without much communication on switching up their industry, we decided it would be best to switch it. Gemstone mining will be handed off to the siblings industry. After all, they have insane luck with how much they mine. Lots of ingots, lots of stones.
A lot of abnormally insane luck for some reason, but we're not gonna question that.
That'll be passed off to them. Now, that begs the question, what will be France's new industry? Well, I've been giving it a lot of thought, and there is one person that has personally requested a certain type of resource that, well, we haven't been able to find much, but I think we'll have better luck in that area. And specifically, they need it for machinery, and that's the resource of oil. So maybe we'll have luck with that, but unfortunately, as of right now, due to other pressing matters, All we can do is scope out the area and make sure it's done smoldering. And, well, that's when we'll go in and turn it into New France, much like we did with Dynasty and Victorian. A repurposed colony, because, well, we need those resources. Everybody needs those resources. Life depends on it.
Mhm.
Has anybody got any questions about that? Everybody seems to be quiet today. I thought you guys would have more questions.
I mean, I guess I do have one small question. When France gets repurposed, who'll be put in charge of it? Like, is there going to be like some leader for it, or is it just going to be the New World Order handling it?
Well, the New World Order owns it, but the person it gets passed off to is handpicked. It's like I said with Dynasty and Victorian. We find someone who has the most qualifications for said industry, and we put them in charge.
Alright.
Alrighty then. So, the last point of mark here on my agenda list is updates on another industry of ours, Industry 5, which was real estate, owned by Dogeland. I don't need to get into what happened to them, you all know that more than anyone. But I'm happy to say, at least in the midst of all this chaos, that we have started to rebuild over in Dogeland. What's going to be built there will stand as a testament, and, well, it'll be fireproof as well, mostly made of stone. And, well, easy to say that the industry itself is kind of taking off still, even without the building. So we're going to try to do as much as we can. Lacerda is going to do all that they can to supply the materials, even though our materials were stolen recently. But they're working directly. Shipments are being made as we speak. And, well, we'll soon have that industry up and running as if nothing ever happened. And, well, let's just say that it'll be a little more quainter, a little more fun, a little more of a place to let off steam. A resort, I guess you can say.
Ooh.
And that's about it for the schedule. Seemed like we very much skimmed through all of it, but
Honestly, we don't have that much recreational, so it's a good idea.
yeah.
After this war is over, Jesus.
Actually, that's something that I'd like to mention. This doesn't feel like a war. It just feels like we're going back and forth every so often. Do we even consider the rebels a threat at this point?
They're not really that much of a threat, more like a mosquito.
Nuisance.
An annoyance, I'd say.
This was their first move that was effective in doing something, even if it was small.
I mean,
It did kind of handicapped us, but not to the point where we'd probably slow down to the point of exhaustion. But still a dent regardless, and I'd like to consider any possible error as a potential to be fixed. Because I want to learn from my mistakes.
speaking of Argus insurgency, I meant to show this in the last meeting we had, considering the fact that we were talking about, well, the fire that had happened over at Dogeland, and I guess I just didn't think to show this, but now I'm going to. Now, I'm not entirely sure who all has seen this, but I want you to get all acquainted with it. I want you to memorize this, because this is their signature. Anything that has this banner on it is their property. Take one good look. That's their symbol. That's their flag. I found that.
I knew it.
I found that outside of Dogeland, a little camp. And, well, let's just say it's not like any other flag I've seen before. So that right there is the symbol they're using. You see anything with that flag, you either dispose of it yourself or you report it to our militaries. We'll get rid of it too. But memorize that symbol. Memorize that flag.
Alright.
At least there's some sort of good out of this. Maybe them leaving that behind left a beacon for us to possibly have more opportunities to find where they're hiding. Because, well, every single party in a war always has a flag. They always have a calling sign.
It's basically their symbol of saying we did it.
I will go ahead and make copies of that flag as well, and I'll send them to each and every single one of you, just so you don't have to share one, because, well, that would be really ridiculous to do.
Yeah.
But now, we're going to go into the part of the meeting that we all chime in and talk about some stuff. Is there anything anyone here wants to bring to this table? Anything that you think would be important, vital, something that we need to be updated on, something we need to look into?
Well,
I have something, if you don't mind me speaking.
sure. Go ahead.
May I take the floor?
Yeah, floor is all yours.
Of course.
Now,
I am not liking that laugh. I'm not liking that. What the?
Zolan?
My. I was wondering when the Loki venom would wear off.
What? What is what?
Okay.
What happened to you?
All right. Everyone, settle down. Zolan, I'm gonna ask this once, and I hope you give me an honest answer, but what the hell happened to you?
You look like you got corrupted.
Corrupted? What?
Corruption?
You know,
I
like
don't.
It sounds like
You know, like a video game.
fantasy.
I don't plan on keeping much secret. I'm just gonna be blatantly honest, and just hope that all of you, within the goodness of your hearts, believe me.
I mean, you're standing right here, and you look like Two-Face
You
at the moment.
clearly, yeah,
Why would we
you
not
clearly
believe
have
you?
an issue.
Right
With
now
the-
you're starting to freak me out a little bit. No.
Well, one day I was strolling through my wonderful colony of Kretvalis, because I'm expanding, and I was going to work on more expansions, when all of a sudden I was feeling dizzy, feeling sick, staring off into the nothingness. Then I go to sit on a nice little bench, and then I wake up in a weird world of darkness. It was freezing, but I strolled through and I saw this giant statue of what I don't even know what the fuck it was. It looked like one of the fucking totem things, but red.
The
It
totem of
spouted on
Red
about all
totem.
sorts of shit that I was worthy and if I will accept its power. But I didn't know what the fuck was going on, so I didn't give it an answer. Eventually, I was just spat right back out on that fucking bench. And then my friend Loki, the little spider that likes to follow me around, started violently hissing at me, almost like he saw a devil.
So...
Of course, I was freaked out by the whole situation, so I ran back to my house, to my bathroom, to look in my fucking mirror, and then I see my fucking face. Obviously, I was scared half to death. As I was backing away.
I mean,
from-
anybody would be if you look as ugly as you do. But
Yuki, now's not the time to insult, please.
Continue.
I was terrified over what I just saw. I was standing back and just trying to get away from it all to collect my thoughts. But then I slipped, and everything went black. And I woke up in my bed in the very next room.
Did you go unconscious or something?
No, it sounds like he died.
Wait,
When
You live
when-
it's
alone
not. That's not possible.
When you fall back and everything goes black, what does that sound like? It sounds like death.
It sounds like unconsciousness to me, unless...
According to Loki, he went to go check on me, but then all he saw was a cloud of smoke. He turned around, and there I was, fast
What?
asleep in my bed.
What?
You're alive right
you
now.
mean to tell me you're Actually, wait.
Death is permanent. It can't just be... What?
I have no reason to lie to any of you people right now. So if you
Okay.
choose to believe me, you can.
Okay,
I
look.
find it
Look.
that's
hard
on
to
you.
believe.
Look.
Hang on, people. Do you have proof of this that exactly happened? Any sort of proof that we have to believe you? Because it kind of just sounds like the
Do you have
spider
a-
might have carried you to your bed.
Do you have, like, I don't know, an injury, maybe a scar?
In terms of a very dear friend of mine. Apparently there's now a mark in the back of my head, which any of you are free to check. Search behind the hair.
Hang on. Doctor, we could ask the doctor. Dr. Luna, can you please check? Justin, come back here.
All right, fine.
If it helps, I'll sit down.
This is
Evan,
This can't
watch
be
him just in
true.
case he tries anything.
Shuffle through the hair, there's a mark in the back of my head. That has never been there on my body before.
Yuki, this is mad. This can't be.
Let's let him speak, all right?
There's Mark.
What kind of mark?
What? What kind of mark?
Is it a cut, blunt force? What is it?
More of a blunt force, like
How big?
skull cracking.
What?
Wait, wouldn't that lead to?
Death.
That would mean
It
that
would lead
would
to death,
that would
yes.
kill him.
But no,
That is
that's
a fracture.
what? How is that?
How?
How are you alive?
If I had the answer to that question, I feel like I would tell all of you by now.
Do you think whatever did that to you did that too?
It's possible.
If it did this to me, why the fuck would it bring me back to life?
I
I
don't
don't know.
know. You appear to not have any answers. We don't have any answers. This is a question that we need to take up to the gods or something.
Exactly
this
why I
is-
should install
wonder-
security cameras in every inch of my fucking house.
It's almost like he had the. You weren't holding a totem of undying, were you?
Nope.
Trying to make
no.
sense of this.
The only one I had is locked up deep in my lab.
I gave him one of mine a long time ago after the mansion raid. I thought maybe he could look into it.
Yeah, that's
Huh.
fine.
All right, well, this is definitely a discussion that we need to take up to a higher being because this is not natural.
This is. I have no words.
It's
Like
fascinating, though. I am interested.
I feel scared right now at this.
All right, let's.
That's fair.
All right, we'll keep this conversation in mind. We'll keep the events in mind as well. But at the moment, we have bigger priorities. If the Argus insurgency is trying to make moves on us, who knows what they're planning? We need to be ready for them.
Oh, the Argus insurgency. Well, that is.
What, do you know something about them?
Few things. It's already been found out by the doctor there. So I might as well just say it. A little while ago, I had, my sibling, good old Ona in Kretvalis.
Hmm.
They stop by there occasionally, and they were in need of some assistance. I can assure you, not anything from Argus, not anything from the World Order. More of a family matter, is the best way to put it.
Didn't realize you two were related.
Neither did I at
Miles-
first.
Miles told me about this one.
But yes, they were there, we talked. And, while we don't normally, talk shop, so to speak, I don't talk about New World Order, she doesn't talk about Argus, there are very few things I pick up on, very few things that could be very much helpful.
Go on.
Well, first off, I don't know an exact location of Argus. However, I do know that you should definitely be searching colder climates.
But we
That is
already
one
did.
thing I do know for a fact.
They already have.
We already
Well,
have
then
them.
you
We
need
already
to-
have, and we found nothing.
Well, then I guess you just need to search harder. Because they're definitely there. Also,
Alrighty then, I'll note that down.
one more thing.
Mhm.
All of you three, you need
Yes.
to watch your back.
What is
What
that
is that
supposed
Is that
to
a
mean?
threat?
Oh, don't
Is
worry.
that a threat?
I am not personally threatening any of you. I have no reason to.
Ali, sit
However-
down.
Ellie said.
However, I do know of a certain person among all of you that is quite more than meets the eye.
You mean to tell me there's a traitor in New World Order?
Why hint about it?
There could be one, there could be many. Though I do know of one in particular.
And that would be.
Who would that be?
Now, wouldn't that just spoil the fun?
You're
If you
hiding
know
no
something, say it.
information from the order.
If you know about it, then why don't you say it?
This information could save lives, and you're going to simply keep it to yourself?
He could be lying to us. Look at him.
He's
I
laughing.
told you, I
a
have
lot.
no reason to lie.
And we have
But
little
with the
reason
amount
to
of
believe you.
shit that I've been through, and the amount of shit that's happening with the world today, all of this is one just giant fucking game.
The
People's
cheater
lives
in
are
the
Such a
game.
shame to spoil the surprises, don't you think?
But if there's a cheater in this game, we need to know.
He's not gonna give that information up lightly.
Interrogation.
I'm
And
well
even
aware of
and
it.
even then, we don't even know if this information actually exists. Or
I
not.
will tell you all this one thing.
Uh-huh.
This traitor is directly under one of you three. And you know
What's that
them
mean?
quite well.
What's that mean?
What does that mean?
That can literally mean anything. That can mean any one of us. I've met a lot of people. What? Allie's met a lot of people. Yuki's met a lot of people. That can mean anybody.
Yeah, but this person has a personal relationship with one of you. Very personal.
Okay.
Some might say that you trust them implicitly.
Justice, I don't.
I'll let all three of you trace out the details on that one.
It can't be.
Well, now we
It
just
can't
sit the
be
fuck
the one
down.
that I'm thinking about.
It's impossible. It can't be the one
No,
that
no,
I think
no.
about either. That's nearly impossible.
There's no
You
one
can
of
think
my-
that. You can think. I have no reason to lie to any of you. In fact, despite my actions of today, despite my behavior, I am very much inside the New World Order.
I'll give him that.
You
Very
better
much so.
be.
Your attitude
better
and
be
all
tell-
that. It says otherwise to me.
You better be telling the truth. I swear to God, if you made us paranoid for no reason, I'll make sure you have the coldest cell.
My
Oh, you should
goodness.
always be paranoid. I'm not advertising the opposite, but I'm giving you clear reason to be.
Well, now we
Don't you think I'd be aware of that right now already, considering there's a rebellion and a coup trying to kill me? I am very much aware of the fact that I might be perchance assassinated. You don't need to tell that to me. If there's a cheater, though, in the game, they will be dealt with accordingly.
We'll find them, if there is a traitor or not. You can't hide forever, especially amongst these ranks. And
Best case could be interrogation of suspects.
And as for how we're going to deal with them is another question, but at the moment, I'd much rather focus on getting those supplies back, and you need to get those security measures made. This place needs to be a fortress,
can
and we
certainly
need your
do that.
expertise.
What were you thinking? Security cameras?
Anything that would only be pertaining to us. Cameras, thermal sensors maybe. I don't know, fingerprint scanners. I've seen you make advanced technology. We need to make this
That I
place
have,
to where they
that I
can't
have.
enter it again. Those taxes are being sent to innocent lives. That's what matters most. And if they keep
Lock
stealing
this
from
place
us,
down like it's child's play.
well, we're
Payment is
we're gonna
not an
need that.
issue. We'll give you whatever you want from us.
Oh, I don't need payment from you. I'm more than happy to do it voluntarily.
Why does that even scare me more?
Listen, it may scare you, but if he's doing this stuff for free, then take the opportunity. He may not be who we think he is as before, but he's very much an ally. He's right. Whether he's going to tell us who this traitor is or not, we'll figure it out. Sis, you're like the smartest person I know. You can figure this out, right?
Yes.
Alrighty then.
That's not an issue.
Then we have no problems. Our main annoyance, the mosquito on our back, the bee that's buzzing all over us is this damn insurgency. And if he's telling us to do another rerun of the cold locations and keep searching, then we're going to certainly try. Antarctica, though, is going to be a very, very hellish place to look, because every time we go there, it seems to be rapidly storming.
I can attempt to program my golems to search around the area.
That would be swell.
Hmm.
And as to where we're going to put these guys once we find them, construction on the Tartarus Abyss prison has officially concluded with 1 level out of 9. Actually, 8, if I think about it. The gist is very weird. But the prison is still being built as we speak, so once we find them, we know exactly where we're going to throw them. I'm so tired of these rebels.
Won't be comfortable as well.
These rebels have taken everything away from me, so it's time to put them in their place. I mean, after all, considering the fact that they're only just now doing stuff as we've been building up our forces, it seems like they're desperate.
And they should have acted when I was distracted. Honestly, that was a stupid move to not do it.
Well,
A desperate enemy is a dangerous enemy.
that is
Of
very
course,
much true.
Swanson.
At the end of the day, we can dog on them all we want, but regardless, they're not in cells and they're not serving a sentence. They're still out there, so that means they're very much dangerous. They could be planning something as we speak, so I guess it's safe to say that we can call this meeting here, unless somebody else has something to bring to the table. You can sit back down.
By the way,
Zolin.
Justin, speaking of construction, that new building recently opened up, and I'm about to fill it with all the log dates of every Godborn I have listed. It should be all in this notebook.
Make sure you keep that thing protected.
Of course, the only 3 people can go in there.
Mm-hmm.
If I may say something,
Mm-hmm.
if we're struggling to find the source of these folks, perhaps we should be looking more into Nova. I'm thinking over this more and more, but the more things I witnessed while they were in custody and the circumstances around the beings even, and words that were said, they could be the thing to lead us right to the source.
Yeah,
If we
but-
can find them.
Yeah, that's the question. Where are they? We didn't exactly stick around after handling their colony, so we don't know if they came back. But as
We
of right
could
now,
search
they're clear to
around
missing a
France.
fugitive.
We could search around France.
Yeah, I
Well,
doubt
It
she would
doesn't
have gone
have
far.
much.
Well, we're already going back there soon anyways to reinvent it, so I guess that's one of our first priorities. Alrighty then.
This
Well,
day is just getting interesting.
if anybody has nothing else to add to the table, I guess it's safe to say we can
Quick
call this
question.
meeting. What?
Can I have that?
I'm gonna make copies of it, so you'll be sent one.
Mm-hmm.
Alright then.
Speaking of which,
You
I should
take
probably
care
that
of
down.
your province, by the way. I'm seeing
Oh, yeah.
progress from it, and it's going well, yes.
Alrighty then, like I said, I'll send you all a copy of this banner. But for the 3rd time in a row, I think it's time we call this meeting adjourned. If we have another meeting, you will obviously be sent letters about it. Try to be on time, but if you don't, we'll write you a letter with a synopsis of everything that's been discussed.
And make sure you inform your loved ones or anybody that you trust to keep an eye out for insurgency, and if anybody takes them in, you know what will happen to you. I don't need to say it again. Anyways, we should probably... Yes, we should just... Yes, come on.
Meeting adjourned. Yuki, Kat, you stay with me, okay? You all can, well,
Right.
you're free to leave now.
Allie, can I talk to you?
Alrighty then. Well, that meeting was...
Entertaining.
Interesting to say the least.
Yeah. I can't even begin to understand or to begin with all of that for that matter. Just... what happened to him?
I mean, I died and I'm standing here, but I'm certainly not the same.
It's like
similar
he
seemed
said
to happen with him, but
he said he came into contact with some sort of thing that almost looked like a like I don't know, it was like a hellish version of a totem. That's what he said, right? Something like that?
Yes. Like a red totem of undying, but that's not possible. We don't have. Hang on. Do we have some sort of documentation about this?
No, we don't.
From the villager raid?
No,
we don't.
Sadly.
Damn it.
Again,
I could probably research about this.
that's why I was saying we should probably take it up to the gods. Maybe Uncle Hades could shed some light on it. He knows a lot.
We could do that, yes.
Anyways, Cadmos, you haven't said anything this entire meeting. Cadmos would have his arms crossed as well as showing an irritated expression. He's not too happy with the rebels as much as you are. Those dirty rebels are nothing but trouble. First we give them supplies and give them equal tax compensation, and now they're stealing from us? What a bunch of hypocrites. He turns his attention to Justin, who he notices approaching. He stands tall, ready to greet you. Oh, my apologies, sir. Didn't see you there. It's fine, honest. I can really understand your frustration. Justin would pat Cadmos on the back a few times, expressing and gesturing to him that it's fine. Cadmos relaxes himself before continuing. Hope they got what they wanted, because after that little show they put on, they ain't like this. Sorry, that ain't ever happening again. Damn rebels. Justin would give his lieutenant another pat on the back before the conversation comes to a close.
What does Bentley have to say about this, I wonder?
Bentley seems to show an expression of disappointment towards the rebels, much like Cadmos. It still boggles my mind that such a group even exists. I could go on and on about it, but Cadmos has already laid out that fair and square. Are we really the bad guys for at least trying to make sure this world is fed and taken care of?
That's utter nonsense. They're just blinded by their own darkness.
Bentley's expression would remain the same as he hears the Queen's response. I know, madam. It just makes me wonder sometimes. Yeah, well, don't wonder about it too much. You two have your places that you need to be.
Nobody said games would be easy.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you're right. Actually, I'll meet up with you in a bit. Okay?
What are you gonna do?
I just need to talk to Kat for a second, okay?
Alright, fine. Do what you want.
I'll meet you in your office.
Of course.
Alrighty then.
So, what's up?
Alright, I just, wanted to talk to you about something for a quick second.
Yeah, of course. What's up?
I'm trying to find the words for all of this.
It's
Alright,
okay. Take your time.
Yeah, I'm just... There's a lot that's going through my mind as of recent. France.
That's understandable.
The rebels.
Everything.
It makes me wonder when all of this is gonna end, but... I mean, we talk all the time, but I think this is the first time that I'm actually ever gonna request something, if you don't mind.
Of course I don't mind. I was going to ask how I could help. I feel bad just sitting in the library all the time.
I mean,
You know?
I did tell you can go out and explore the world, have you not?
I have. I mean, I don't know. I still just feel like I'm sitting around not doing anything when I could help.
I could sense a little bit of wanting to help in there, so this may just be a personal request, and you can take it or leave it. It's fine. I don't want to force you to have to do something like this, considering the fact that, well, I'm supposed to be doing stuff for you, considering the fact that I promised that I'd find the way you die. Or you died, I should say.
It's okay. I've got to repay the favor somehow, right?
Well, there is, again, there is something you can do. I've made a lot of allyships with a lot of people, surprisingly. When I was at my lowest point, and I didn't really have anybody around me, there was quite a few people that came to my aid. Mark, yourself, and Sin. And that's who I want you to keep an eye on. Since you're a shade of some kind, you can practically make yourself invisible, and I need you to keep an eye on specifically Sin. Mark is, well, he's doing fine for what he's doing. He's trying not to involve himself in too much, but I am teaching him the ropes when things are a little more calmer. But Sin is, he's a friend I've made, and well, he almost feels like the son I never had. And well, we enjoy each other's company a lot. We like to go out drinking, not too much, obviously. And I don't know, he just seems like a very innocent soul, and I can see that in his eyes. He's just trying to get around this world, and I just want to make sure he's safe. I don't want to throw a bunch of guards at him because I don't want to invade him and his sister's, well, privacy. So I just please watch over him, and if anything happens to him, if he gets hurt, if he gets injured, if he gets captured, anything, please come tell me. I really need someone to keep an eye on him because I can't be everywhere at once. You think you can do that for me?
Yeah, I will.
Thanks.
Of course.
I always keep thinking that I don't have allies in this world because of who I am and what my name represents, but it's nice to know that there is people out there like you. And I've said it many times before, but I'm gonna find your answers. And, well, we might be more sooner to that than you might expect.
That's comforting to hear. Thank you again.
We found something. Well, me and my ex-wife found something a bit ago, and I don't think I've told you this, but it's something that was left over from the old world, and whatever's on this broken camera that we found, because we found an SD card in it, whatever is on that SD card could possibly lead us to the answer. And well, that possibly means that we can give you some sort of closure. There's a lot that's going on, and if you want to watch the tape, you can, but it's disturbing to say the least. Or unsettling, I should say.
I think I would to see it.
I'll show you it once we get back home, okay?
Alright.
And well, as for that broken camera on the SD card, we're still trying to find a way to access it because, well, the technology we have doesn't read those just yet.
Right.
But we'll find it. We're gonna find that answer of yours, okay?
Thanks.
Alright, well, let's get out of here, shall we?
Let's.
You can head off home if you want. I'll follow suit. I'm just gonna, well,
Alright.
I'm gonna go meet up with my sister, like I said, okay?
Of course.
I would tell you to be careful, but you're a shade, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
In that case, you be careful.
I will. I hope this all comes to an end soon. I really, really hope so. And that is gonna do it for today's Berry World SMP stream. I hope you all enjoyed that. It may have not have been much, but honestly, we've been planning this for about a week, and we're so happy to finally give you all a stream and whatnot. How'd you peeps like it? Did you like the stream? Let me know. Let me know in the chat right now. Let me know in the chat. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute. Minutes tops. I've been giving hugs. Oh my goodness, I've been giving hugs. Thank you so much for the give hug story. I have a feeling that, you know, I'm gonna get more of those in just a second because they're only 100 runic emeralds. But honestly, while all of those are coming in and whatnot, thank you all so much for the support. And honestly, like, I love the fact that, you know, we're really getting back into stuff and whatnot. So honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed this Berry World SMP stream. Like I said, we're not gonna rate the video and whatnot today. I love it, even though I thought, even though I was like, you can always just rewatch the stream because it's gonna be, you know, on the Twitch channel and whatnot. So yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Also, Justin, I want to know what happened to you on that Davern Phasmophobia stream. May not get an answer, but all right. I was just being a little goof. I was being a goofball and whatnot. Nothing more. Just me, you know, being a goofball and whatnot. But I'm still the same old YouCantJustice that you know and love. And I love all of you. You're all of you. You're great. You're all of my viewers, all my fans, my subscribers, any single one of you. You're great, and I love every single one of you. Anyways, y'all, for the third time in a row, I'm saying this because I love saying it so much. Thank you all so much for the support here on the Berry World SMP stream. We're going to be doing a lot more Berry World streams soon. Definitely check out the Twitter by using the command right now in chat that is in the title. You can also join our fan Discord and go check out our card link that has all the creators that are in the SMP. Definitely go support every single one of them. Every single one of them are amazing, cool, awesome. They're awesome, okay? They're awesome. Hashtag Berry World rules. Thank you so much. But goodness gracious. That is going to do it for me today, guys. My name is YouCantJustice, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Bye-bye!